Hello, thank you for watching this video. This is a video, it's a makeup tutorial video that I'm going to be using affordable products that you can find at your local drugstore. I do have a blending sponge, just to say that out there, but unfortunately I can't find it. My son, sorry, I'm cutting something at the same time. My son gets into my purse and I don't know where it is. I think it's probably in his toy box, and I've searched practically everywhere. But anyhow, it's just going to be a makeup tutorial using affordable makeup. Unfortunately, I don't have like a mirror that I can bring close, so I'll be using this one. Hopefully I'll still be in view of the camera to show you just how I do my makeup. As you can see, I'm growing in my eyebrows. I used to shave them a long time ago, so there are some areas that are bald. Anyhow, so I just straightened my hair, and the look I'm going to do is you know, I'm not going to do a lot of eye makeup because I am going to use a bold lipstick. So first thing that I do, I did moisturize my face. I will be using a primer. It's called Poreless Face Primer from e.l.f. And so I just apply that using my hands. This primer you can find at Walmart. It is about $8 Canadian. I'm from Ontario, so I like it. It's very affordable. The primer that I used to use was an Estee Lauder brand, and I just can't afford that now, you know, being a mother and having additional you know, expenses. It's hard. I do live in Canada, so the healthcare here is part of it's free, like, you know, seeing a doctor and stuff like that. So I don't have like medical expenses, you know, per se, as to some people in the States where they have to, you know, pay to see pediatricians and stuff like that. But my son does have some medical issues that I do have to pay for his medication. That's like $200 a month, and then you know, his formula is about $70 every week because he's on a special lactose-free formula. So, you know, the way I used to spend before on makeup, I just can't do that now. So that's the primer. It feels really soft. I do like it. It's very comparable to the brand that I used to use. Estee Lauder, it is a really good brand, and when I feel like splurging, I will buy it. It does last quite long. So once I do that, I like to put or draw on my eyebrows. I do use, now this is about $25. It's Dip Brow pomade. It's a smudge-proof liquid liner for your brows. Doesn't tell me what color it is. Oh, Granite. Sorry, Granite. It's from Sephora. It's $25. This was one of the splurge days that I had. So I like to put that on the end of my eyebrows, and then I use this here to color in just the front to kind of give it more like a faded, so it's not so bold. So I just usually just brush these out here just to get them. I hate this bloody one that sticks up. Oh, I usually pluck it, but I'm not going to do it today. Anyhow, so just add on these. I'll show you how I do one, and then I'll pause the video to do the other so it's not so long. So let's see, hopefully this will. I do like a bold look when it comes to my eyebrows. I mean, everyone has their preference, but I used to have them super thin. I'll try to find a photo one day and show it to you. It's pretty ridiculous, but anyways, back, you know, in the late 90s, and it was, you know, the in thing. Thin arched eyebrows were, you know, sexy. I like them thick now, but I mean, this is more of the look now. Like they are going more bolder. But anyhow, that's how I do the first one, and then I just color in some of the areas, and then in the front I just do some whisks. Up here, sorry, I'm really quiet because I'm trying to concentrate. Anyhow, so that's how I get the front done. I'm just gonna pause it and finish the other one there. All right, so this is how both of them look. Once I'm done that, sorry, I'm just trying to blend in this primer. Once I am done that, I just add a little bit of a concealer around it, and then oh, excuse me. And then I do the rest of that. So where is my concealer? One second. All right, here it is. So I use the Master Concealer, Camouflage Concealer, and it is number 20, Light. Again, I'll do just the one eye, and then I'll finish the other, just to kind of give you an idea of how I do it. So I just kind of go just around, just to kind of give it a sharper edge here. I am going to blend it with a blending sponge, so it's not going to stay this bold. I have the air conditioning on, but like, bloody hell, it's getting hot in here. Now, I do have a beauty blending sponge, but as I mentioned in the beginning, I don't know where it is. I think my son has attacked it, but so I'm just going to use these, you know, disposable ones that you can buy at the drugstore. I think it's like $2 for like a bag or something like that at Walmart. Sorry for the silence, I was trying to concentrate. I was using that sponge and it wasn't working, so I'm just going to blend it out using the brush. Alright, so that's how the one looks. I'll finish doing the other one now. Alright, so that is how they both look once I sharpen it up with the concealer. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put some more concealer around some of the dark areas. I do have a lot of blemishes around here and stuff that I'd like to cover up. Again, I don't have my blending sponge, but I do buy these. Sometimes if I'm out and I forget my blending sponge at home, I will get some of these from Shoppers and I'll use it. So I'm just gonna curl it over just to kind of give it more of a rounded edge. Dip into my concealer here. and just start going. I usually start with my eyes and then I work my way down there. Again, the same idea. I'll show you how the one side is done and then I'll pause it just so that this video is not as long. So as you can see, the difference, I mean, it is a really good coverage. Again, for what you get at the drugstore, it's pretty amazing. Not like the, you know, doesn't compare to some of the things that you know, pay a little bit more for, especially at Sephora or, you know, the Bay and some of those kiosks there. But it does do the job. I do normally contour as well, but I'm not going to do so much of that today. Again, this is just kind of, you know, a fast tutorial for, you know, a mother who is looking to get a nicer, you know, look at an, you know, an affordable price, and that's that. So I'm just gonna finish off this and I'll be right back. All right, so sorry, my nose keeps on running. Anyhow, so the reason why I put the concealer on first is because I like to create a bit of like it's almost like putting, like, you know, when you're painting your wall, you prime it first before you put the actual color, and I feel like by putting the concealer on first, it kind of gives it a base to put, so you don't get the multi-tones when you're putting on your foundation. After the foundation, I do go back in and I do press a little bit of concealer in certain areas to kind of create a bit of a highlight. But that's how I do it. Again, everyone does it differently, but that's how I get it done. So the foundation that I'm going to use today is the Matte Poreless Fit Me Foundation number 220 Natural Beige. And again, I'm going to just I'm going to use it on that sponge that I used that I buy from the drugstore. Again, just add it onto my hand here, and I'm going to try to use the camera on the phone. To kind of, it's not working. I'm going to important that you blend it out to your neckline so that you don't have that distinctive line along your jaw. Cover up my... I do have a really good way of contouring your double chin to hide it. You know, you can't really get rid of it, but you can, well, you can get rid of it, you know, if you ate well. Some of us, I don't know, I love food, so I am trying to watch my weight and, you know, having a better, like, healthy lifestyle, so that, you know, setting an example for my son. And, you know, I have nieces and nephews as well. So just with the rest of this, I'm just gonna I might even contour with some of the bronze that I have, the bronzer, but we'll see how I feel. Anyhow, so this is the end result. It looks like it's a bit shiny, but it's just because of the light. It isn't oily at all, and it does, it feels really nice. It doesn't feel like cakey or anything like that. So anyhow, that's how the foundation looks. Now, sorry, just give me one. All right, so I am going to contour a little bit using my bronzer that I showed on my previous video. It does kind of go on matte. I have a contour palette, but I'm not gonna get it. So anyhow, so when you contour, you want to go to your ear and about halfway. Just everyone's different. Your face is going to be different, but it's just to kind of give you a more defined cheek line. So I'm just going to go lightly in. And then I'm going to blend this out with a brush here. I'm going to add some and then you just want to blend it out using your blush. And then I'm going to set in that set in underneath my eyes. I'm going to use the mineral powder that I got from Sally's, the illuminator. And I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes and on my eyelid just to kind of set that powder in, or set that foundation and concealer in. Again, I would use my beauty brush, but I don't have it, so I'm going to use this here. And you just want to tap that in. Oh, this looks like a mess. And I will wipe it away with a brush. I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit though. All right. So I'm letting that sit. I do have a highlighter that I use from e.l.f. It's a concealer on one end and a highlighter on the other. So I'm just gonna highlight some areas here that I'd like to. Oops, I put a little bit too much there. Sorry, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I'm making like a lot of mistakes here, but you'll get the idea. All right, so once that powder is sitting there for just a minute or so, I'm just gonna wipe it all away, all the excess away. Add a little bit of a highlight over on this area here and just blend it in. All right. So, blush I have in here. I forgot. Keep that out. Here it is. So for the blush, I'm going to use a Unique product. It's Unique. You can get this online or through a Unique dealer. Seductive. It's like a mauve-y color here. I'm just gonna add that into this area. I'm gonna use this brush here. All right. And so for the eyes, I'm just gonna do a really natural eye because I am gonna use a bold color on my lips, which is gonna be the Katy Cat Matte Maroon Meow. So I'm gonna use this nude palette, and I'm gonna start off with using this color here on my base. I'm just going to use the it's a Walmart brand brush here. It's a blending eyeshadow. Shoot, where's the other one? Actually, I'm going to use this one here to apply it. Again, it's just to create a base color here. All right, and then with that, I'm going to use this color right here, just to give it a little bit in the crease area, and I'm going to use the blending brush. You want to keep your eyes slightly open, just look down in order to get the right area, in order to know where in the crease to put it in. And it's after this that I will start to apply the, after I'm done the eye, I'll apply a little bit of concealer just to clean up any of the excess eyeshadow that may, you know, go into other areas. Okay. And then just to give it a little bit more of a darker color, I am going to go in with this brush again and just use this one here lightly, and just go on the outer edge of the crease, and then again a little bit on my eyelid. Okay, once I'm done that, I'm just going to take my blending brush and just blend those two colors in. Okay, and I'm going to do the same to the other eye just to give it another places. All right, so this is both of them finished. I'm just going to take a little bit of the concealer now again, and I mean just a tiny bit, and I'm just going to clean up just over here, just the ends, just to get any of the excess off. Anything that may have gone in this area here. There wasn't anything there, but just in case. All right, perfect. So now that I got that, I'll put just a little bit of a liner. I'm going to use the brown liner just to go a little bit along the edge there. Actually, I wonder if sorry, just give me 1 second. So I decided I'm going to use the purple liner just because I'm going to use a plum, where the hell did my mirror go? A plum lipstick, and I'm just going to line just a little bit, like not a defined line, but just kind of shadow it. I wish I had two hands here. I'm going to try to stay in view, but might not work. Oh, I wasn't in view, was I? All right, anyhow, just a little bit of a shadow, and then I'm gonna use the blending brush that I have and just kind of blend it. Just try to see if I can maybe I'll use my finger instead. So just try and give it a little bit of a dark plum look there. All right, sorry, I was off camera and then I curled my lashes too. So I just gave it just a little bit of the plum on the rim and a little bit in the corner, and that's about it. So that's all for the makeup, and then I'm gonna start on my lips. I'm going to use the Katy Perry and this lip liner called Boysenberry. And so I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I'm gonna do it off camera just so that it's 26 minutes and I don't want to bore you guys. I'm sure everybody knows how to put on lip liner. And then I'll just show you the end result. Oh, actually I'll put on my mascara on camera and I'll show you the end result. So just give me one moment. So this is the lipstick that I'm using. It's still a bit shiny because I just freshly put it on, but as it dries it does go matte. I will reapply it just to get a little bit more darker. So it's a bit tricky because I do have big lips. I find that sometimes darker or brighter lipstick makes them look even bigger. But I do like the bold lip look, so I've been trying it out, and I've had some compliments on it. I'm not sure if just people are just being nice or if it legitimately looks good. So now I'm just gonna finish off with the Butterfly Effect Maybelline mascara. So I'm gonna finish off with that. I'm just gonna do the one eye just to show you how great this product is. My thing is beeping at me, so it looks like I'm running out of time, but I mean, that's just one coat. I usually do two, and I mean, that's great, right? So just give me a minute and I'll finish this off. All right, so this is the finished look with the mascara. I just put 2 coats. Again, I don't use false lashes just because I have a good amount of my own mascara, my own eyelashes. I just need to curl them. After the mascara is dry, I do go back and I just use the curling tool and just lift them a little bit again because the mascara can weigh them down. Sometimes I'll show you how I do my hair with my straightener. I usually straighten it, but if I'm feeling really fancy, I'll curl it using the straightener. But today, just because I'm just casually going to work, I'm just leaving it down like this, and I'll add some dry shampoo just to give it a bit of a volume. So anyhow, this is all using affordable drugstore makeup. You can get a very dramatic look at a very affordable price. This makeup that I did buy, you know, the palette does have, you know, darker colors for smoky eye effect and all of that. And if you were looking to use the bold lipstick, I could have done, like if it was an evening event, then I would have, you know, done a smoky eye with some plum colors as well. Anyhow, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it or learned something. I'm not a professional, but this is all things that I've learned, you know, watching YouTube or just learning it from other people. Anyhow, I hope the rest of your day goes well, or night, or whatever it is that, whatever time you're watching this, I hope you have a great and blessed day. Thank you for watching. Bye.